Hello and welcome to my Hargreaves Lansdown Stocks and Shares ISA portfolio update for January. In this video we'll be looking back how my investment portfolio performed over the month of December, all the way back in those halcyon days of 2023. Maybe I'm looking back with rose tinted glasses, or maybe I just have blood on my lenses, because a plane door just landed on my face.
A little bit spicy.
Who knows?
Spicy.
2024 is bound to be another roller coaster of a year with no end in sight to ongoing global conflicts and tensions getting tensier by the minute. It doesn't look like the markets will have an easy time this coming year. It's hard to sell your product if that product is busy bobbing around longer shipping routes because Houthi rebels fancy a real life game of Battleship. These are the things that are affecting markets currently though. What happened in December? 2023 ended on a much better note than we'd seen for most of the year. I think it's fair to say that global conditions in 2023 were messier than a trip to the bathroom at Oscar Pistorius' house. This looks set to ease slightly with the hope that interest rates will be cut sooner than anticipated. It does look like there's a hint of recovery with Q4 seeing a fairly decent result in most nations. Notably though, in the US, where the S&P 500 saw a total return of just under 12% over the last 3 months of the year. Will we see this trend continue? Honestly, who knows? The markets are so reactive to global events now because so little of life's quote-unquote essentials are domestically produced. I'm not really one for making New Year's resolutions, as personally I try to build on a better me day by day. Each mistake I make is just another lesson to build my foundation on. If I was to make a resolution though, it would be to continue to become more self-sufficient over the coming year. And if that's something you're interested in too, then please consider subscribing to join me on my journey.
Spicy.
On to my portfolio then. We'll take a look at income first. December saw a better month than the previous couple, with the Aviva UK listed equity fund paying me a dividend of £14.73, which just about kept my monthly average above the £10 target I've been aiming for this financial year. My plan for the next year is to build on that and keep that monthly average growing. I also received a loyalty bonus of 46p. My loyalty bonus has stayed around this level for some time now and is unlikely to grow substantially due to not pumping any more cash into the funds that pay it. With a loyalty bonus total of £7.14, I'm not too far off that £10 needed for the balance to be reinvested. Onto my portfolio on the whole. You can see I had a decent month. I have a lot of US based holdings that saw some decent gains, like my S&P 500 index fund and both of my Fidelity funds. You can see the impact that optimism about interest rates had here. The graphs are all pretty similar. My only holding that ended the month worse than it started was Centrica. Now, I was looking at selling this holding off a few months ago. The price was a bit volatile and started to drop, so I held off. The company will publish their latest financial results in February. I think I'll hold off selling off until then and see how things look from there. The company is facing a drop in the energy price cap, which will hit their top end. The natural gas market is getting flooded by Qatar, the US and Russia, which will also have an impact. I was glad to see Legal & General finally start to bounce back. Even at the higher trading price of £2.43 at the start of the month, they still look cheap to me. If you look at the bottom table, it shows my dividend reinvestments. I've bought up units at £2.5 in 2022 and £2.37 and £2.20 in 2023. Analysts have predicted a strong dividend forecast for LGen. Time will tell on that one, but they're certainly a company that prides themselves on giving back to shareholders, so I'd be surprised if it was that far off the mark. If those reinvestments can pull my average cost out of the red, I'll be happy. It's a double-edged sword though, because as great as it would be to see a return on paper, all the time the price is low, each reinvestment of my dividends buys back a larger amount of units. I'm not looking to sell LGN anytime soon, so the more units I can buy up cheaply now will mean the more fancy cakes fat old me will be gobbling down in retirement. I'll run through my remaining funds briefly now. Feel free to pause and take a better look. That's it for today though. I hope to see you next time. Stay safe out there. Peace.